Art is, I guess, if you're gonna make a distinction if it's a hobby or a passion, it would be more of a passion in that I can't do away with it. I can't stop thinking like an artist. Anything I do, anything I approach, I'm always have my perspective. The biggest change in my art has been how to really kind of hone in my conceptual framework, my understanding of what I'm making and why. You know, because when you grow up, you learn the technical skills, you learn how to do things, and so then when you kind of become your own artist, you figure out why you're doing this and how you're doing it and what you're trying to express and all those different things. And so that's kind of where I kind of help to understand myself more conceptually. I'm a conceptual painter or artist or whatever. I'm an adjunct professor as it is. You know, I teach philosophy and theology courses, but I would love to keep going with teaching and just making art and just getting into just getting into shows and galleries and things and just making a lot of friends and everything. That's just kind of the life of the artist. So I think if you're truly an artist at the core, you're gonna make it, and you're gonna find venues and avenues to show it. And one other aspect to me is I want to also nurture that in people. And so in different ways, I'm going to keep expressing that. I also, on a scholarly level, I've written on the cross between art and faith and different things like that. So I want to keep approaching that on a scholarly level as well, where the overlap is and what it means to make art. What theologically, what does that mean? Like how does that come out? If I'm going to make art that deals with how we interpret things and how we understand things, I want to just explore different avenues, and particularly like what can make people uncomfortable. And I'm a Christian. This is my faith, and I'm it's a hugely pivotal thing of my life. But I think there's a lot of abuses that can be done when reading things wrong and not having a certain amount of grace that you need, I guess. And so with a couple of my pieces, this is one that I did a sketch for that I'm gonna make. That is a portrait of Jesus in Revelation. He is a sacrificed lamb, and he has 7 eyes and 7 horns, and the 7 eyes represents probably all knowingness, and the 7 horns all power, and talking about Jesus this way. So it's a symbolic rendering and understanding of Jesus, but there's only a couple of descriptions of Jesus physically, and that's in Revelation, in the beginning of Revelation in here. And so this is literally what the Bible says Jesus looks like. Now, he was a man and everything like that. This is all true, but this shouldn't make people uncomfortable, but yet it will. And I find that interesting. I think that's something that's really cool. Like if we take some things that we've grown up with at absolute face value, it can make us very uncomfortable. What I did here was I made a portrait of this guy, and what I want to do is it's my brother-in-law, one of my favorite people, and I went to pretty meticulous lengths to prime the canvas such a way that it's raw canvas, and I used stiffeners and matte mediums and stuff, and then I taped the figure around, and then I put this different piece of cardboard on it, adjusted the whole thing, and then painted the whole portrait. So that way it's not, I didn't just paint him, I painted the whole thing within a context. Like this is the expressive thing, it's very important. Even though I might not use this in any kind of a show or anything, it's very important that it was one entire piece. And so the idea is that I could rip the context away from him. So if you're going to be an artist in the long run, I think the best thing you can just keep in the forefront of your mind is just to keep making. I mean, that's it. We'll have to, you'll keep getting inspired, keep making, and you'll feel good. I mean, you're going to have those struggles, you're going to have all the issues that really every artist really deals with. But when you are making stuff and when you are finding avenues to show yourself so people can experience it, that's really the life of the artist, and that's what we need to do. I really feel that artists are made in such a way that we have to create. So the best advice is just create.